Nina gonna be first up over for the, oh god, what the? I never realized it was, okay, that's the first time that it happened in this arena. Camera just kind of zoomed out. I honestly thought the camera went under the map, but apparently it went like way out in the mountains. Huh. Cobra gonna be first up. Oh, for them Team 2 versus Nina as they open it up with a big old, okay, Jay, we might just have to disable the AoE shields, man, if you want to keep it for yourself. But giving it to Nina, I don't know how much fair that is in a pure 1v1 situation. Gonna be immediate fear onto Nina. Trying to see if we can get some damage on Cobra. That's gonna be Infernal slamming down. Portals are open. Lots of chaos damage available. If Nina walks out of this one with a bonds of fell, chaos bolts are back to back as Cobra is gonna try to see if he can fight through this. Does himself normal wall, no more defenses, does some mobility, hopefully trying to go for a fear. Needs to find a way to CC Nina, but they're just completely immune to all damage with that spell ward, and Cobra at least gets himself out of there for just a moment. Hand of freedom, keeping the Paladin moving, stunned right after. Does he have a second CC? Does have the second CC last second. At least gives himself a little bit more of that survivability. Shadow Fury, maybe enough. Get himself a little bit of shield. That's going to be a Spore Cloak into a Bonds of Felt. Shield of Vengeance is going to keep the Paladin moving though, but the Mortal Coil is going to help you out quite a bit though. Nina playing a super defensive. Cobra no longer has a big shield anymore. Does it reflect? Maybe you could pop a reflect. Maybe a stun reflect potentially. It's going to be a interrupt juke. Got himself a big kill with the Warlock Hellstone. Bubble available for Nina as Cobra does get himself a Dark Pack. Right now, this is the last opportunity for Nina. You better make a play right now. Second CC could be really, really bad. Cobra, do you have the resources though to end this duel of fear? So far, maybe enough to break past the Paladin defenses. Big damage, not as big. Massive bonds of fell, and I think it's over unless maybe Nina somehow lives it. Wall, last second available. Even second CC joining this one. Cobra just needs one more Shadow Flame. He does end up taking down the Paladina. Wait, the kite. Wait a second. What the? Everybody joins in? What is this? As mean as it looks, Nina has been flagging the entire team too. All night tonight. Death Wish though gives this man the Death Wish, living up to the name. Death Shocker, Explosive Shot, Kill Shot, taking him out fairly quickly. And that's going to be Shower Meld right after. I like the Mog, by the way. You get yourself like this red Riding Hood look, but also like a tribal red Riding Hood look-alike. You know what I mean? Atherman is going to be first up. It is going to be Hunter's Mark. Sniper Shot? Are you still in Shadow Meld? No, he actually does get to see you. Death Wish, better be very, very careful. Turtle Shell really early on. I think expecting for Atherman to go in for a stun. Death Wish needs to get himself a bit of a better setup. Maybe even a Freezing Trap to follow it. Trying to see if he can kite Atha into the Tar Trap, but it's going to be big blast of damage stun. Death Wish needs summon for this one. Barely health available. Surround the Fittest. That's also going to be Fortification of the Bear with extra health, as well as Exhilaration. So this is everything. Turtle Shell? Do you have camo? Oh no, you don't have a camo. Rapid Fire is going to do quite a bit of damage though. Death Shock, I'm going to do quite a big hits, but I think Atherman should be able to have you here. Maybe, potentially, unless you somehow just turn around. No, Atherman does gotcha. With Jayhawk, gotta be up next to Wrench Banner. Fair. You know what? I don't like you guys bannering each other. I feel like you could be more, you could act like esteemed ladies and gentlemen of the dueling arena. No need to be bannering each other. But I guess Nina has been bannering you guys all night. So, you know what I mean? I guess it's like you could say deserved, but I like to keep peace and harmony in this ruthless, vicious 5v5 dueling arena as Atherman just living up to the name of ruthless. I mean, my god, Jayhawk had to go on the ice immediately. The man has taken so many hits. Did Ather even pop cooldowns for the Hunter? Or was that just all for Jayhawk? I was just not even paying attention. My goodness, gonna be massive damage on the Jayhawk. Got himself the Alter Time, so he should be okay. Trying to see if he can bail him from Atha, but looks like Atha is aware. Alter Time is there. It's active. Needs to be careful. Stun and Jayhawk trying to get himself missiles in there. Gonna be barrages, full roots to follow. Polymer for after does not really have an answer. Does have a bubble for this one though instead. Oh, Jayhawk just ends up blasted out as Atherman taking out big hits. Shattering throw for Fork. Wait a second. Okay, Kai, come on, man. Jayhawk didn't flag you boys, did he? You can't take it out an entire team too. My goodness, Forkbeard is just gonna have to slowly waddle over to Atha. Atha no longer has a bop or bubble, so he's in a spot where he doesn't have any immunity for Forkbeard. I don't even know how he's supposed to fight Forkbeard. Actually, yes I do. If you can somehow hit him with slows and keep him at a distance, not let him touch him, and just whittle him down little by little, or just pop wings. I guess I could do it as Atherman just trying to see if he can take down Forkbeard. Is still trying to see if he can play to that range damage. It's going to be a parry for Forkbeard, but if you can, if the guy isn't even in melee of you, that parry is not doing anything for you. At least it gives you a little bit of defense, right? Reflect up, Athame is being very, very careful, but just blasts out Formbeard, doesn't even give him a chance to even reach it with QKL gonna be up next. Mad damage on Atha, got him some Shield of Vengeance with a lay on hands. This is where Atha needs to find a way to play defensive. That or just go super hyper aggressive versus QKL, but at this point when you just got nothing left, a full Fury Warrior blasting you out, got him some full defense, full offense, there's only so much you can really do about it. With Call of Duty, trying to keep the dots rolling in onto QKL, does up on a defensive stance for just a second, but he is a warrior. He gotta find a way to connect back with Call of Duty and go for those bloodthirsts, go for those impending victories, and find a way to live this. Otherwise, Call of Duty is gonna run circles around you. Star Surge's Trinket does go for the trinket just now. I think QKL did end up going for a quick interrupt while the guy is stunned. Might not be the play. QKL needs someone right now. Does get a stun into Druid. He needs some kind of a heal. Otherwise, he's not in a great spot whatsoever. I think he just might be going down. Reflect last second. Druid just needs a little bit more. And QKL could go down. Unless his Fury Warrior just keeps fighting past these impossible odds. He does get himself Avatar. Maybe a bit extra damage. Not a lot of health available still. Needs Bloodthirst out of the wazoo. Needs something, anything. But Druid does end up taking him out. That was fast. That was a quick duel, actually. I didn't realize. Athame just goes in 3-0 or 3-1. My goodness, I didn't realize it would just have that fast of a game. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Call of Druid. He joined in as a balanced druid. I'm liking the Cenarion word. This whole nature look. Even the staff, even though it's like very, very deathly, I kind of like the way it looks. We got ourselves Dev Drooks as a Feral Druid. We got us Syra over as a Retribution Paladin, Trix as well as Kobe as Destruction Warlocks, trying to see actually one Demon, one Destruction, with Forkbeard over as the Arms Warrior over for the team too. We got us a Jayhawk on the team as the Archmage, Nina Ninja, Oakstorm, and Shredding gonna be first up. Why did I have such a hard time with the Paladin's name? Shredding off the bat, starting off with the stun. That's gonna be Big Infernal join in, trying to go for a little bit of that Soul Fire, but it's gonna be the Feral breaking out of that CC. I guess a little bit early. Big Cannonball lobbing over him from the side, and it's flying from every angle. More portals to the Twisted Nether opening up as a fear. It's gonna be full. Big Cannonball, but by 50% double bolt to follow. Bones of fall right after Shredding might have been a bad spot. Good stun. Oh, good interrupt the last second. Try to see if he can go for a bit of recovery, but still under a ton of pressure. Fur getting singed by the Emotes, and the Infernal was able to force out a wall out of Cobra though. Cobra? I want to call his name Kobe, but it's Cobra. It's Kobre. Is it okay if I just call it Kobe? I don't know why, it just feels fitting. I don't know why, just easier to say too. Gonna be Bonzafell, big damage, Shreddy going for the big bite, needs a heal right now, might be in a lot of trouble. Bear form, oh, but a conflagration right around the corner, and Kobe does score it into Reflect onto Nina, into a second, he does get a stun back on himself. Oh no, Nina, into a Chaos Bolt right after, take a lot of damage, spell word to follow. Kobe needs on the way out, got himself a portal, may not be enough. Does he have a potentially port? He does have a port, but he's so far away, trying to maybe go for a fear, getting juke out on the interrupt yet again. Fear to follow onto Nina, does not have a way to break out of the CC, goes in for a trinket, port right after for Kobe. Looks like his port is a weird spot right now, does not have anything left, and I think Nina is going to be able to slam down this victorious Warlock, taking him out. I don't really know if you needed to flag him just there. He did end up reflecting a trinket on you, or reflecting a stun on you. So I don't really know if you deserve that one. Gonna be a big old setup pet stun onto Trix. Maybe a bubble really early out of Nina, trying to see if he can delay it with a wall as well as a fortification from a blessing of Shield of Vengeance. Gonna be a blind onto all these pets. Trix trying to see if he can put Nina in a better spot. Shield finally waiting wall to get a full Tyrant. Nina might be looking at the bubble right now. There is a big old Tyrant. You better use it early before your health really dips low. Try to see if he can fight through the damage. Bubble is out. Does get to use it. There's a perfect opportunity to catch up a little bit of healing. Could maybe go counter-offensive, playing the normal 1 minute wings, so should be able to have himself a lot of that, I guess, sustained damage, really. Stun onto Tricks. Do you have wings back up and running? Because your final wreck is available. It should be available right around similar time, right? Nina tried to see if he could send some damage out into big shield. That's going to be wings available. Should be able to catch up a little bit of healing. Does have an obelisk next to them. Might want to destroy it because before Trix gets able to get himself more pets. Trix taking lots of damage. Actually, wait a second. Culture Sucker's going to be there. Oh my god. Just slamming these Warlocks out of the game. Stone to follow. And Sarah is not going to give an opportunity to keep the onslaught rolling. Was able to go in there, smite these Warlocks out of the game, but it's going to be Oakenstorm up next as an enhanced Shaman's trapping Sarah inside of his static totem. Big Ascendance to follow, full Ascendance. That's probably could be a bubble potential on Sarah. Takes a lot of big damage. They did nerf the burst damage of Ascendance, the prog damage, the lightning damage around it, as well as the wind strikes, but it's still hard hitting. Sarah does have to go for a bubble as the health dips super low. This is where Oakenstorm needs to find a way out of this situation. Does he have a burrow? Trying to go for a knockback into Sarah, doesn't get to do much, needs to get himself a little bit of catch up. Big recovery on a 2-minute cooldown, but he mostly ends up healing his pet than himself. You can see like the Guardian Spirit's kind of showing up over his Earth Elemental, but the actual Shaman Oakenstorm not really getting nearly as many procs into a burrow for a second. Does he have any combo off of this one? Sarah just sees one big hit, might be able to take him out. Big damage out of a handsome Shaman, but I think Sarah might just be able to take him down. So close. But Sarah was able to hold on to any other immunities after this one. Forkbeard leaping right in the corner, charging on to Sarah. But a Blessing of Protection does help him out. Shattering Throw, trying to see if he can break it, does get to Sarah, is going to be able to round the bend. Forkbeard needs to get back over there, needs to put in some pressure onto Sarah as soon as possible to deny him any kind of healing whatsoever. Have him some Sharpened Blade. Searing Glare is going to end up actually causing Forkbeard to miss all of his attacks. I think the actual Mortal Strike never get to connect. That's why he gets to keep the Sharpened Blade buff. It's going to go for the trinket off with a hot stun this way. Sarah trying to see if he can back up out of the hand of freedom to let him run away. Able to catch up quite a bit of health though. And maybe together with Shield of Vengeance, with Wings and the bubble, might actually feel pretty healthy in order to get back to Forkbeard. Got himself everything. That is a trinket out of Forkbeard too. If you have a stun to combine with it, you'll be golden. Missed an interrupt. Sarah got us a Shield of Vengeance. If you do have Crusader right now, I think now's the time to do it. Mad blast of damage out of Forkbeard. Got himself a parry, looking to heal up a little bit. Blind for a moment. Charging back to Sarah. Got himself that bubble available. Is going to use the bubble to give immunity to Forkbeard. Trying to see if he can find it, but nothing he can do. Sarah's fully ramped up and ready to go slamming past the warrior, just crushing him under the weight of that holy might. And Jayhawk Wizard, last man representing his team over in Team 2. While we still got 3, we got Double Druid with Dev as well as Call of Duty over in Team 1. With Sarah being the champion that's so far been able to hold the fort. Jayhawk is an arcane mage, and I feel like those guys generally have an easier time against warriors and paladins. Is it going to be the Pally trying to see if he can swing around to the other pillar? Jayhawk looking to catch him. Barrage does go flying, but it doesn't quite connect in the same way that it wanted to. Jayhawk just taking the sweet time. Honestly, I feel like for Jayhawk, maybe charging in might not be the worst idea. But it looks like maybe got Sarah away from pillar. Hand of freedom, got himself plenty of movement. Blinks are available. Jayhawk can just keep him out in the middle. Sarah trying to see if he can reposition behind the pillar as soon as the hand of freedom is stolen. And I think that's exactly what Sarah's going to go for. It does not play into Blessing of, what is it, Spell Warden. Blessing of Protection is all he's really got for an immunity. Poly out in the open. Sarah got himself quite a bit of damage. Crusade is available. This way, Jayhawk can go for big damage. Hold on a second. You're not Blessing of Protection? Wait, do you have access to both of them? Hold on a second. News to me right now. Apparently he does a blessing and spell word and mad damage. Oh! I didn't even realize it. I thought you were Blessing of Protection, but I guess you could have both. You just both go on cooldown, right? Is that how that works? Hold on a second. Sarah with 4. Yo, Paladins popping off, man. Well done, well done. Had to play it slow versus the warrior as well as the mage, but with that crusade, once it's there, you better use cooldown. So for Jayhawk not using Ice Block against a full paladin with blaring wings, probably was his downfall.